What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we're now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows, maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer next year. Only time will tell, but as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed, the possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. But it wouldn't be the first time that I pulled a collector's rare, because I also pulled this. You guys see it, a collector's rare B-Cup from the Underworld out of Genesis Impact. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Yes, I am keeping it in the top loader because you guys have seen this card countless times. Pulled it out of Genesis Impact. I can easily tell that the centering on the back is a bit off from top to bottom, but I am going to be getting this card graded. But I never came up with a good opportunity to do so. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It'll also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which ties into today's video, which is this. What are your guys' thoughts on the Ancient Gear archetype, and do you guys believe Ancient Gears might have a chance to be meta? Let me know down in the comments below, because for today's video, we are going to be talking about the brand new Ancient Gear support that will be released in Legacy of Destruction. So the crazy thing about the Ancient Gears is that it did see a small resemblance of play back in the day. You know, back in the days of hat, you know, of like, I think, what was it, hat format and like Zodiac format. Excuse me. But once we got to once we got to links, to the Link era, if you will, yes, it's true that the deck did see a little bit of play. It just kind of dined down just a little bit, only because of the fact that you needed to use the Link arrows to summon other monsters from the extra deck, whether it was a fusion, a synchro, Xyz, or even also a pendulum. It didn't matter. It did not matter. So honestly, I'm kind of excited for the new Ancient Gear support, because Ancient Gears, they've got some potential, but it just depends on what kind of support they're gonna get today, and we're gonna find out right now. Excuse me. Kicking things off, we've got Ancient Gear Dark Golem, which is an 8-star Earth Machine with 3,000 attack and defense, The second effect is a once per turn, and the first one reads that this card's name becomes Ancient Gear Golem while on the field or in the grave. The second effect says, if this card is normal or special summon, you can activate this effect. You cannot set cards for the rest of the turn. Also add up to 2 Ancient Gear cards and or Gear Town from your deck to your hand except this card, then discard 1 card. Third effect says, if this card attacks your opponent, your opponent cannot activate spell or traps until the end of the damage step. So funny enough, if this deck was going up against Blackwing, and your opponent had say the SEMO special with triple Kalu, if you know, you know, then basically they can't use they can use the triple Kalu, but they can't use like any like cards like Forbidden Lands or Forbidden Dress or like Book of Moon or something like that. They can't use anything of the sort until the end of the damage step. In which case you would end up going into main phase 2, and that's when your opponent would be able to strike. But still, this is actually kind of cracked. Being able to just randomly add 2 Ancient Gear cards to your hand from the deck, it's essentially double Rhoda, or like double terraforming, if you will, which is absolutely incredible. This and fun, and also too funny enough, if you also Foolish Burial, what is it? The original Ancient Gear Golem, and you have a way to special summon this, and then activate Monster Reborn to resummon the original Ancient Gear Golem. You have yourself a rank 8 Exceed. So in a way, this card is kind of like a one card Exceed summon, if you will, which is absolutely insane. Pretty cool. Pretty insane, but whether or not it turns out well remains to be seen. But next up we've got Ancient Gear Tanker, which is a 4-star Earth machine, 1300 attack and defense, and both of its effects are once per turn. And the first effect says, if this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon 1 Ancient Gear monster from your hand except this card. There you go. This card is basically your combo starter. Plain and simple. Second effect says you can target 1 face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, for the rest of the turn, all monsters you control that are Ancient Gear Golem or cards that mention it gain 600 attack. That's not bad. But again, notice the key effect is being the first effect. You normal summon this card, you special summon Dark Golem to your hand from your hand, you activate Foolish Burial, send the original Ancient Gear Golem to your graveyard, activate Monster Reborn if you have it in hand, special summon Ancient Gear Golem, and you overlay them into a rank 8 Exceeds, which, ironically enough, the rank 8 Exceeds you're going to want to summon the most is number 38, Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy, which number 38, everyone knows that it's a fucking house. It is a fucking house, and there ain't no way that a play like that would ever be negated. Unless if your opponent has cards like Ash Blossom or perhaps like an Imperm or something, then yeah, it could be negated, but still, that's actually pretty nuts. And also plus, it's a 4-star, which is absolutely insane. But what's even more crazy is that this next card is another like combo starter, if you will, which is absolutely insane. And the card is called Ancient Gear Commander, which is a 4-star Earth machine with 500 attack, 2000 defense, and all 3 of its effects are once per turn. The first effect says, you can send 1 Ancient Gear Golem from your hand, deck, or face-up field to the grave, and immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon an Ancient Gear monster. Second effect says, if you normal or special summon Ancient Gear Golem, you can special summon 1 Ancient Gear Golem from your hand or deck, from your hand or grave, ignoring summoning condition. Third effect says, you can banish this card from your grave, place 1 Ancient Gear continuous trap from your hand face up on your field. Another combo starter, being able to have both a rank 8, a rank 4, and an Ancient Gear continuous trap on board. Come on. Or even better, or if you wanted, you can also have as well Appaloosa for 4, which is possible. You can have Unchained Abomination. You could even also have as well Underworld Gods of the Cold World if you're going second, which is absolutely insane. And funny and funny enough, the card actually, give me a second, guys. The card itself actually kind of resembles Crowler in a way. I had to snap a photo off of the new iPhone that we randomly got, but if you look at it close, it literally looks like Crowler. It actually has a resemblance to Crowler, which is absolutely insane. And yes, guys, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why do I have an iPhone when I have this phone? Yeah, AT&T has been screwing with us once again. Not much else to say about that, honestly. But next up, I believe we have 2 more cards to talk about in this video. And the first of 2, as I'm trying to put the iPhone back, there we go, is Ancient Gear Advance, which is a continuous spell, and it has 2 effects, and it says that you can only activate this card activate 1 copy of this card per turn, and you cannot set cards the turn you activate this card. And the first effect reads, when this card resolves, you can add 1 Ancient Gear spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except this card. Spell and trap Rhoda, not much else to say about that. Enough said. Second effect reads once per turn you contribute 1 monster, draw 1 card, and if you do, until the end of this turn, you cannot normal summon level 5 or higher monsters that are Ancient Gear Golem or mention it without tributing. I mean, it is a bit of a drawback to have to tribute summon Ancient Gear Golem, but if you have a way to only have 1 tribute to summon Ancient Gear Golem, that's not too bad. But for the most part, what's cool about this is that if your opponent activated like a card like say Imperm on your on 2 of your monsters, let's say that, and they're pretty much just done. You can't use them at all. Like I'll say Appaloosa and I'll say Time Thief Redoer as an example. If you have both those cards and you can't use them at all this turn, then you can just tribute them off, summon Ancient Gear Golem, and you're just pretty much off to the races from there, which is pretty insane. And now for the last card. The last card to talk about is Ancient Gear Duel, which is a continuous trap, and the second effect is a once per turn. The first effect says monsters you control that are Ancient Gear Golem or mention it are unaffected by your opponent's activated monster effects. Second effect says if your opponent controls a monster, you can fusion summon a fusion monster that mentions Ancient Gear Golem from your action deck by banishing the materials mentioned on it from your field and or grave, including Ancient Gear Golem you control. And if you do, it can make up to 3 attacks during each battle phase. This card essentially makes it so your Ancient Gear fusion gets the effect of what? What is it? What, Cyber End Dragon? No. Chimera Tech Over Dragon, where it can make multiple attacks on a single turn, which is absolutely kind of nasty. So I gotta admit, looking at these cards, honestly, I think they're pretty cool. But it's gonna take a while before we can figure out if Ancient Gears are gonna be the new meta. Is it possible? Absolutely. Will it? Will it really? Only time will tell. But with that being said, guys, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.